Hi everyone, this is Anna. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to be part of Altenew's exciting Escapades video hop for their June 2021 Stamps, Dies, and More release. If you're following along, you have just come from the lovely and talented Natasha Davis. If you happen by chance, I hope you will hop along and find lots of inspiration. There are prizes to be won, so be sure to like and comment on each video on the hop. More details on that later on. In this video, I will be using this stamp set called Inky Bouquet. It is a wonderful cluster of flowers and some inky splatters, as well as lots of beautiful sentiments, and a coordinating die. There is also a simple coloring stencil available, which can help you do some quick ink blending to color in the floral images, which is what I did with this card. I stamped the image with a light gray ink and used the stencil to ink blend the colors. I added more details using colored pencils. I have a tutorial on this on my blog post linked below. But in this video, I will be showing you how to use this stencil for another technique to create this elegant and bold card using watercolors. First, I will heat emboss the floral image on black cardstock. I prep the cardstock with my anti-static powder bag, then placed a generous amount of embossing ink onto the stamp, closed the door of my Misti onto the cardstock to transfer the ink. I took off some of Altenew's rose gold embossing powder and sprinkled it on top, tapping off the excess. I took the heat gun, which was already preheated, for about 30 seconds. I started at the back, moving to the front until the powder was good and melted. For this technique, I will be using Altenew's metallic watercolors. But before I started on the technique, I used a repositionable adhesive at the back of my stencil just to help me keep it in place. Then I placed the stencil on one of the flowers in the cluster, starting with a rose. I pressed the stencil firmly onto the image just to make sure it will not shift around. Then I took my brush, loaded it up with some pigment, in this case I used rose quartz, and proceeded to paint in the flowers. I started off painting only the inner portion of each of the petals of the flower. Then I took another brush, loaded with water, and proceeded to spread around the pigment. The stencil was very helpful to keep all the pigment within the flower. This makes it so quick and easy to paint within the lines. I wanted to add some additional interest to the image, so I masked off the area surrounding the flowers. I will do some paint splattering. I splattered a generous amount of the rose quartz, and then later on I will add a little bit of rhodolite and some bronze. This is what the rose looks like after I finished painting it. For the other flowers in the cluster, I will do the same thing I did with the rose. I will also indicate the colors above so you will see what I used. I will set this to music while you watch me paint in the flowers. these are how the flowers look like all finished. So while I paint in the leaves, I will tell you more about the video hop. There are $200 in total prizes to be won. Altenew is giving away a $25 gift certificate to 8 lucky winners. All you have to do is leave a comment on the Altenew video and or each of the designers' YouTube videos on the hop list by June 17, 2021 for a chance to win. Altenew will draw at random 8 winners and announce them on the Altenew Winners Page on June 19. I encourage you to subscribe to each of the designers' YouTube channels in this hop. It's not necessary in order to win, but it's always appreciated. Now that it's all painted in, it's time to add those inky splatters. I mounted the splatter stamps on acrylic blocks and proceeded to stamp them at random around the floral image. Then I will sprinkle it with embossing powder and heat set it. And this is what the finished card looks like. I stamped and heat embossed the word Miss You, also from the same stamp set. If you were inspired by this simple watercoloring tutorial, I have another video that you might enjoy linked at the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you were inspired. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Till next time, bye!